Alright, let's try this again. Hello everybody, my name is Mitsuno. I'm a forensic scientist from the world of mysteries. And we are here with Even If Tempest Dawning Connections. Again. See now my eyes are flittering back down to the drops framed list every 15 seconds because I am extremely paranoid. But enough of that. We're here in Raizo. It's winter. It's supposed to be winter in real life as well, but it's also very hot outside because the planet is in fact dying. So without further ado, let's begin. The skies above Raizo are painted with a faint light. Though it looks like the sun is rising, it's currently noon. At this time of year, the skies always look like this. So Raizo is Canada, I see. In this nation located far away from Historica, the year is roughly split into two seasons. A lunar winter dominated by snow, and a solar spring wherein all life blooms. Really, all life. Even the plesiosaurs. And the fruit bats. Do they bloom? Do they bloom every solar spring? I didn't think so. Clear communication is important. The lunar season is nearing its end. In a few weeks, spring will have officially begun. It's so cold in Raizo. But it's interesting since Historica never gets quite this cold. Oh, Annie. You see the lighter side of everything. It is. What about you? That is a very modern-looking jacket. No, it's just I'm not used to not being able to see your collarbone. Also, it looks like your jacket is at least a full size too small for you, maybe two. You physically could not reach those buttons together. I think you should maybe ask for your money back. Your outfit. It's so cool. The way that the bottom edge of the jacket does not even slightly reach to actually cover your entire torso. It's very cool and masculine. It looks incredible on you, though. Cut my hair. Yes, each did it for me this time. Rune helped in his own way, of course. Anastasia, you are so salt of the earth we could use you to dissolve all this snow. Yeah? Nothing happened. He never once tried to threaten me with the scissors or anything of the sort. If anything, he was a very talented stylist. Huh? But I don't know anything. I am just a female. Oh, good, a bar fight. I love bar fights. They're so good at dissolving tension. What was that? Meow.
私と遊びたいなら店に来てちょうだい。店以外はお断り。
Yes, why don't you step into my parlor? Said the spider to the other spiders. Do you know how much money I've thrown at you already? And do you think this gives you power over me? Topical humor, everybody.
嫌ならよそに行ってよ。お客はあんただけじゃないんだからね。
And then Zen punched him directly in the Adam's apple. You may have your own case to make, but making it with violence will make it clear to everyone else who's actually in the wrong. It's a bit wordy for a superhero catchphrase. Like, if this were an actual fight, you would have gotten, like, maybe 3 words into that before they finished beating the shit out of you. Just saying. Yes, well, I'm sorry, but we needed an excuse to show off this new character model we showed so much effort into making. Isn't it nifty? He's wearing a cape. People don't wear capes enough. People start wearing capes and now the world looks the way it does. Coincidence? I think not. If I hadn't gotten involved, you'd be on your way to jail. After you just saw another stranger not involved with your struggle, go grab a constable. Gasp. Will you repent now or after you've been locked behind bars? The choice is still yours. Much like the power. Remember, if you say you're sorry but then you immediately start defending your actions, you aren't actually sorry.
いいわ。私も言い過ぎたし。
Why are you apologizing? Have a little self-respect, lady. The man leaves without further fuss, as I sigh in relief that the argument stopped before it could escalate.
助かったわ。ありがとね。
Think nothing of it. I'm just glad it didn't turn into a fight. I mean, I would have won. I'm very cool and strong.
素敵だったわ。男の拳をいとも簡単に止めちゃって。ねえ、うちのお店に来てよ。お礼がしたいの。
Yes, why don't you step into my parlor? Said the spider to the other spiders. Oh, I did nothing deserving of gratitude.
いいから。お酒は飲める？甘いものの方がいいかしら。
I'm not actually sure off the top of my head if I am of legal drinking age at this point. Are we going off of American or European rules?
姉ちゃん、あれがこいつの時間は全部俺のもんなんだ。
It's not cool, that's just invasive.
あら、いい男。二人ともサービスしてあげるわよ。
また今度頼むわ。
Oh, Zen. You charming hypocritical rogue.
たくお前は一人で突っ走りやがって。俺がいること忘れんじゃねえぞ。酔っ払いがおとなしく引いたからよかった。
You realize Anastasia could have literally snapped his neck with one hand, right? I apologize.
お前本当女に優しいよ。クライオスの教育の賜物か？
The Grand Commander is my image of the perfect knight, so I've always endeavored to be like him. But Oh, Anastasia. But. Everyone I know has a big butt. Tell me about your big butt. I also don't like hearing women scream. It reminds me of the past. That is, in fact, a very big butt. No matter how loudly I screamed, no one came to my aid. It's like that version of me still exists somewhere out there. Even you?
当たり前だろ。俺を何だと思ってる。
But you never talk about stuff like that. I've never heard you complain or grumble about anything.
そうか。
Really, really? Really, really? Really, really, really? Really, really, really? Really, 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 really? So what is it that you can't seem to forget? Does it involve your basketball team? Do you wish you were still ballin'?
さあな。
I knew you wouldn't tell me.
俺の話はいいだろう。それより酒はリホーのどこにあるんだ？
At a liquor store, probably, but they can only have the one bottle. Where do we find the alcohol? At the alcohol store? It's just crazy enough to work.
え？まあ酒なんだから酒屋にあって当然か。
There are other bottles out there, but I cut my connection to the Akashic records before I could find out any details.
まあまずは一本抑えようぜ。
The liquor store should be around here somewhere. Womp. Womp. Here. Excuse me, but I have a question for you, do you?
Hey, いらっしゃい。お前はさっきの。
You, the disembodied voice that sounds like it's drunk. The drunkard that accosted the woman is apparently the owner of this establishment. Things have just gotten very complicated. No, they really haven't. Just point out that you saved that man from going to jail for literally no reason, and everything will be fine.
一体何の用だ。まだ文句があるってのかよ。
The liquor store's children have no AA memberships, I suppose. No, I...
俺たちはただの客だ。アルカナっていう酒がここにあるって聞いてきた。
あるかな。ああ、あの古い酒か。
あるんだろ。売ってくれ。
やだね。
Okay, douchebag.
人を洗い物にしてあげく酒を売れだ。いい気になるなよ。こっちにだって客を選ぶ権利はあるんだからな。
Damn it, I wanted him to write the name of a gay couple on the alcohol bottle and frosting, too.
ほら、商売の邪魔だ。どっか行ってくれ。
Hello, Nino. Enjoy your lurk. I am very creaky, but that is pretty normal for me. Enjoy performing labor. I'm sorry. I never could have anticipated this.
まさか酒に飲まれてた男が酒屋の主人とはな。ついてね。
Well, we have now been confronted by a puzzle. I hate puzzles. Do you think he'd sell the bottle to us if I apologized? Somehow I doubt it.
無理だろう。自分が悪いって自覚がある分どうしようもねえ。
There are other bottles in the Arcana series, but we've no leads. Searching for another bottle by ourselves will likely prove impossible. And we've already established it's too dangerous to use the Akashic Records. We want a bottle in front of me, not a frontal lobotomy. I can use my Fatal Rewind to return to before he raised his hand against that woman. We'll have no problems if we can obtain the bottle before he causes a commotion.
問題大ありだ。自分を犠牲にしてまで手に入れてもティレルは喜ばねえぞ。
I mean, we could always just lie to him. That's always an option.
他の店を当たろうぜ。地道に探してりゃ見つかるさ。
Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot. I have the ability to interfere with the past, but I've never truly pulled it off. Not very good at this, as it turns out. In that case, I crouch and place my hand against the ground. We'll just create an earthquake and level the entire city, then steal the bottle from the ruins. It's the perfect plan.
何してんだ?
Looking at the past, I'd like to find even a single hint that will get us closer to finding a bottle of Arcana. I shift my focus to the tips of my fingers so that my consciousness can flow from them, down to the land below. Hey Satan, do you know where I can find some booze?
ちょっと待て。情報って、そりゃアカシックレコードとどう違う？同じじゃねえのか？
Oh. I never gave it much thought before. Precognition and retrocognition may both be the same as looking into the Akashic Records. Who'da thunk it?
だったら足使って探そうぜ。今までみたいに人の命がかかってるってわけでもねえし、急ぐことはねえよ。
I mean, knowing this game, there is a roughly 70% chance there is, in fact, someone's life at stake. Some way, somehow.
酒屋も一軒しかねえってわけじゃない。他を当たろうぜ。
Okay, yes, Dad. I take a step forward, ready to continue my search. Dot, 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 well. But I spot someone familiar up ahead. He disappeared into the crowd soon afterward, but I could never mistake that visage. Why is a kid like him in Rizzo? I thought he was still living in Historica. Sammy? Sammy, are you eating people again? Zen, such change of plans, will you accompany me?
当たり前だろ。お前が行くところに俺も行く。
Everything I do it for you. Thank you, Zen. I have a bad feeling about this. I just hope I'm wrong. Unfortunately, I'm very rarely wrong about being wrong. Only when I expect good things am I wrong. Life's a bitch that way. Chunk. Somebody spilled ink all over that lake. Sammy! Literally the only child on Earth.
お姉ちゃん、誰？なんで僕の名前知ってるの？
Shit, I didn't think that far ahead. I completely forgot. Sammy, this is our first meeting. And I forgot he's easily frightened. He could run at any moment. What topic of conversation will get him to trust me? What was Sammy interested in? Oh my god, I have to. I'm sorry. Very sorry. I need to know. Annie is going to beans this up very hard in a way that I hope will be very funny. Still.
お前、今最悪なことを思い出しただろ。
Yeah, but it was probably really good still. I can't help what comes to mind.
シチュー大好きだけど、それが何？
Let me treat you to some stew. If I do that, can we talk for a little while?
知らない人についていっちゃダメって習ったから。
俺たちはルーシェンのダチだ。
Alright, that was alright. Would have been funny if Lucian was actually present. Anyway, talk to me about Le Prince. You know of Prince Lucian, right? We're His Highness's friends.
ルーシェン様、もちろん知ってるよ。お姉ちゃんとお兄ちゃん、二人ともルーシェン様のお友達なんだ。
Oh, children. They're so easily manipulated.
僕、ルーシェン様にはずっと会ってないんだ。ルーシェン様は元気？
He's doing very well. Very hardy, lots of meat on his bones. He'd fill so many bowls.
そっか、よかった。
Sammy's voice swells with joy, and his smile is as innocent as if it was when I last saw him. He's a good kid. But last time he killed Prince Lucian and turned his flesh into a pot of stew. That's the joke. That's what we've been talking about this whole time. Thank you for explaining. It's more of a gray house than a greenhouse like this. The way the splatter manifests on the floor and that pillar over there, it looks like Lucian's blood was just red paint. The substances have different viscosities, different melting points, different drip points. They're not the same thing is what I'm getting at. Ish used his magic to put His Highness to sleep as the Membrum dug a knife into his flesh, cut it up, and stole away with it. I'll never forget the shock of discovering the culprit was a child. No one was prepared to learn that he turned the prince's flesh into a stew. A prince deserves at least a fine mince, which he then fed to the children at the orphanage. And he did it all to escape his fate as a slave. Sammy believed that by ingesting Prince Lucien's flesh, he could become a prince as well and save himself. He was kind of dumb, you say. Though Ish may have encouraged Sammy's violent behavior, his motive was created by Conrad, who engaged in human trafficking behind closed doors. Everybody got that? Now that we're friends, I was able to tell Prince Lucien everything. He worked to ensure that the children at the orphanage would never be sold into slavery. So why is Sammy here in Rizzo?
ああ、僕もルーシェン様に会いたいな。
What? If that's what you want, I can take you back to Historica.
本当？
I promise. I refuse to allow such a young child to fall victim to Conrad's schemes. This should never have happened in the first place.
旅行ってことだよね。許してくれるかな、おじさん。
Your uncle.
おじさん。
おじさんって誰のことだ？
お父さんの弟だよ。ちょっと前に孤児院から僕を引き取ってくれたんだ。
You know, it's weird you were in an orphanage if you had one of those, right? What? So, are you happy now, Sammy?
まあまあ。
Kid's doing alright for himself.
微妙な返事だな。
おじさん、普段はすっごく優しいんだけど、お酒飲みすぎちゃうと子供みたいになっちゃうんだよね。
Oh my god, his uncle is the douche weasel. How convenient. He has a bad alcohol habit.
お酒は売り物なのについ飲んじゃうんだって。
A drunkard who sells alcohol, and who happens to be Sammy's uncle. It can't be. No! That's impossible!
おい、坊主。お前のおじさんってのは酒屋か？
Well, I sure hope so, otherwise the alternative is that he just sells loose bottles on the street corner.
そうだよ。
To think Sammy got adopted by a relative in Rizzo. And that said relative is the owner of the very liquor store we just visited. Yeah, I know, Anastasia, I was there at the time.
けどそのおかげで目当てのもんが手に入った。
We didn't even have to write the scene where it happened, it was great. Still sounds more like a toilet than a bottle. I'm glad Sammy was there to smooth things over between us. And I'm relieved to see he's doing well. He was wearing warm clothes and had a healthy glow on his cheeks. He looked much happier here than he ever was in Historica.
あのおっさんの酒癖が治ればもっといいけどな。あ、甥っ子のことは可愛がってるみたいだし、心配ねえか。
The same man that had yelled at us before humbly apologized when scolded by his nephew. He obediently listened to Sammy, so I probably have no reason to worry. But I did make a promise to reunite Sammy with His Highness, so I think I'll make a habit of checking in on him. Sammy, you're Anastasia's son now. Sorry, that's just the way it is.
どうする？このままティレルに届けに行くか。
That is the reason we're here, is it not? Let's do that. If we brought this home, you might just drink it.
飲まねえよ。一回ティレルに飲ませてもらったことがあるが、あんまりうまくねえんだ。
Yes, well, Tier's mainly in it for the end game of getting hammered so hard he can't think about how much he hates himself, so... The Grand Commander said something similar. I stare down at the bottle in my hand. A strange picture is drawn on the old worn label. I had Maya get me a bottle of Arcana once, but I feel like the design on the label was different.
そりゃアルカナシリーズっていうくらいだからな。いろいろあるんだ。
The Arcana is the means by which all is revealed. Or at least that's the way it feels when you're high. And this Arcana refers to...
タロットカード。
Tarot. Cards used in fortune telling. The label on this bottle features a man hanging upside down. Like some sort of hanged man, if you will. Does this image have some special meaning? I may be interested to look into it some more. Apples! The merchant's call attracts my attention. When I look over, I'm greeted by a mountain of bright red apples. Garudas love apples. Everyone knows that. They're birds that eat meat, but they also eat apples. I'm not sure how these things work in nature. They do. Fruit is expensive in Historica though, so we often aren't able to treat them to apples.
そういや翼騎士団は金回りが悪いんだったな。その割にクライオスは不自由してるように見えねえ。
You know, we are, by all appearances, just positioned in a very bad place. Like, I know we're all bent out of shape and call about preserving our culture and everything, but I feel like a lot of stuff would get resolved if we all just moved. We should take the Kingdom of Historica and push it somewhere else. Why would he be? He's the heir to House Castle Rock, a noble house with old ties to the royal family, including those of marriage. He isn't allowed to suffer.
ほう、そんな金持ちなら息子の勤め先に援助してやってもいいんじゃねえの?
House Castle Rock stands at the top of all chivalric orders in Historica. They can't favor the wings of Garda over the others. But I have heard before that the Grand Commander doesn't receive a salary from the wings. Instead, he subsists on an allowance he receives from his father.
それって結局援助してるのと同じじゃね
えか? Pretty much, yeah.
まあ、クライオスはあっちの収入もあるから金に困ることなんか一生ないわな。
Okay, when you say his other source of income, are you referring to selling pictures of himself, or he's writing magical girl novels? What other source?
お前、あいつの副業のことは知らねえんだっけか?
His side job, the prince?
なんだそりゃ?
One of my fellow cadets sells prints of the Grand Commander.
マジかよ、気色悪い。
He's doing it to help the wings prosper. Grand Commander has done nothing wrong. So, what is this about his side job?
あいつが言ってないんだったら俺の口から言うの。
That's not fair. You can't do that after making me talk about those prints.
大まかに言うと、たまに俺の世界の話をあいつに聞かせてやってるんだ。そのネタをもとに奴は商売してる。
And by my world, I of course mean really magical girl anime. Actually, is Cryos just doing plagiarism? Is he doing interdimensional plagiarism? Everyone knows that's the worst kind. I thought better of you than that. Shame on you, Cryos. I had no idea. Wait. Wow, chunk. By the way, it was Zen who told me about ninjas. They're apparently some historical figure in Zen's world. Cass's whole thing, too. Cass's whole thing, too. A novel? Something from my world. When I talked to that idiot about it, he kept clamoring for more details. My god, I think I'm connecting the dots. I've connected the dots. She's connected them.
お前ほんとクライオスに懐いてるよな。
I mean, maybe a little. Attached. It's nothing so frivolous. At least say I respect him.
ティレルは
I respect him as well, of course. I'm surrounded by people worthy of respect, from Maya to Prince Lucian. San, don't be jealous and hostile and territorial. That's creepy, and I thought you were better than that. San looks away, clearly unamused by my answer. Is he actually jealous? Zen would never get jealous, though, right? I don't want to say something silly and risk upsetting him. Alright, the usual rule when dealing with Zen is that he likes it when we act all simpering and younger sisterly and kind of weak and pathetic. But I feel like this is the sort of thing that needs to be addressed sooner rather than later. I take Zen's hand and squeeze it tightly. I may respect many people, but you're the only one I love, Zen. Annie, stop, you're going to kill him.
お前、外でそういうこと言うの
Was that a bad idea?
ダメじゃねえけど
You know, for being literally immortal, you are very weak. And I'm glad. I don't feel right if I can't say what comes to mind immediately.
てめえ、帰ったら覚えてろよ
Hmm?
で、どうすんだリンゴ買ってくのか
Why are you only wearing one glove? I'm sorry, I just noticed that. Doesn't your other hand ever get cold? Oh, yes, it'll be cheap to get them here, and they'll make for a good gift.
なら俺もクライオスに酒買ってってやるか さっき一緒に買っときゃよかったな。
I'll stay here and get the apples so you can go back. Hmm?
すぐ戻るからおとなしくしてろよ。
No promises. He speaks like I'm some problem child. Cue Always Sunny, and then Anastasia caused a ruckus title card. Either that or we'll go blind. Oh no! Oh, never mind. I just blanked.
そこのお嬢さん、リンゴ買ってくのかい？
I am. I'd like to purchase the ones you have lined up here.
毎度！まだ買い物するんだろ？ここに置いといていいから、帰りがけに取りにおいで。
Thank you. That's kind of you to offer. If I had known this would happen, I would have gone with Zen. Oh well. Shouldn't take that long to buy a single bottle. But that's when someone puts their arm tight around my shoulders.
ねえ、君。俺と。
And then she reflexively kicked him in the balls. I don't know this voice. Someone I don't know is touching me. That's all it takes for my hand to move. Goodness me, I've never seen that much blood in one place before. My elbow fits perfectly against the man's abdomen. Oh no! I wasn't supposed to cause a ruckus. Or a fracas. I'm sorry, you just surprised me.
いや、いいよ。こっちこそ急にごめんね。
At least he's understanding.
君があんまり綺麗な髪してるから近くで見たくなっちゃってさ。この国の子じゃないよね。旅行者？
I am on a trip, yes.
この後予定ある？
I plan to leave once I finished my shopping.
そうなの？もうちょっとゆっくりしていってよ。もっとこの国で楽しい時間を過ごそう。
I've enjoyed it plenty already.
俺がいないのに？
Can we punch him again just for completion's sake?
いい店案内するからさ。リホーの名物食べた？地元民しか知らない穴場スポットなんてのも。
Okay, let's go.
え、本当？
I don't know what they sell, but if you're that passionate about it, it sounds promising. Anastasia Linzel. Very strong. Very pure. Very dumb. I should apologize for elbowing him, too. Now that I think on it, I haven't gotten Maya a souvenir yet. I'll buy her one there.
俺のことをどっかの店の回し物だと思ってる？
Am I wrong?
おかしい子だな。でもいいね。
The man doesn't hesitate to touch me again, but this time his hand slides around my waist and pulls me close.
その男っぽい喋り方、最初は微妙だなって思ったけど、だんだん可愛く思えてきた。いっぱいサービスしてあげるよ。
I don't need to be treated to anything, but just so you're aware I'm not alone. I can't leave until my companion returns.
へえ、それって女の子。
A large fist collides with the man's cheek with a creaking groan. He goes flying backward and collapses to the ground. You know, in real life, a blow like that would kill a majority of people instantly. Zen lifts his fist again. Zen? That's actually illegal, you know. Man's a fucking serial killer waiting to blow. What is with you people? If they make Lucian start doing shit like this, I might have to start knocking some stars off the game's rating. He hasn't done anything worth multiple punches. He just reached out to and talked with me.
声かけられただけって腰掴まれてただろ
That was, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm being forced to manage your emotions, you literal psychopath.
違う。別にお前は悪くねえ。不快な思いをしたのはお前なんだから。
He told me he knew a good store. He was so passionate about selling me their wares that I ended up listening to him.
商売
I tell Zen everything the man told me.
そりゃどう考えてもナンパだ。
He was?
何驚いてんだ。あっただろ今までも。
No, not at all.
嘘だろ。
Pretty women like Maya or Orla are usually the targets of that, no? Who would hit on someone as average as me? Even, see, see, she has the IQ of a prepubescent child, but she's legally an adult, so it's okay. It's not creepy. Never had much opportunity to walk around. If I did go out, it was to go shopping. The Grand Commander often told me to do just that with Hugo and the others, so...
クライオスの過保護に感謝する日が来るとはな。俺だけ分かってりゃいいと思ってたが、やっぱ自覚させとかねえとダメだな。いいが、よく聞け。お前は可愛いんだ。綺麗な顔してる。
Wow, damn, no way. It's crazy, bro. Gasp, even.
長いこと男どもに混じって訓練してたから自覚ねえんだろうな。今まではそれで良かったかもしれねえが、これからはダメだ。お前のことをいいと思う男は山ほどいる。だから、あんま気を持たせるようなことは言うんじゃねえぞ。
I'll be careful.
でも、お前のことを一番可愛いと思ってるのは俺だからな。
Alright, you lay it on any thicker, I'm gonna start filing for a restraining order. Zen's hand brushes against my cheek. His fingers trace the shape of my ear. Game, I'm running out of flustered anime girl noises. Stop doing that. Zen, you're in public.
急に怒鳴って悪かったな。
That's why you goddamn should be. It's not your fault. Yes, it is, Annie. Don't do this. I made you worry. It was not your job to manage other people's emotions. It only makes sense that you'd get angry.
知らねえ男に触られた上、俺に怒られるって踏んだり蹴ったりじゃねえか。自覚しろとは言ったが、そこまで気にしなくていい。
Annie, what you did was very stupid, but you shouldn't feel bad about it. Pick a lane. Fuck's sake.
俺が守ってやりゃいいんだから。
You spoil me. I mean, you don't let me go outside unsupervised ever, but, you know, that's what spoiling looks like, apparently.
そうか。
You do. So much that I might not be able to function.
別になってくれても構わねえけどな。
I am going to surgically remove several of your organs without anesthetic. A lot, that's what.
もういい時間だな。そろそろ
Don't you fucking go change the subject. Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, but I need to pick up my apples first. I'm still a bit in shock. Zen is normally so gentle and open-minded. He seemed like the hero I actually liked as a person. I can't believe he hit someone without finding out what was going on first. I got the sun, I'm blind! After delivering the apples to the wings and the bottle of Arcana to Master Tyrell, Zen and I go off on our own for a little while. Guess we just are here now.
お嬢様、お帰りなさいませ。
It's nice to be back. Sorry for the sudden visit, Maya.
何をおっしゃるんですか。急だなんてとんでもない。足りないくらいですよ。全然顔を見せてくださらないんですもの。
We met just 2 weeks ago.
お食事はお済みですか。
No, not yet. I wanted to eat with you. You haven't prepared anything yet, so we can eat out.
いいえ、作らせてくださいな。そんなにお待たせしませんから。ほら、紅茶でも飲んでくつろいでいてください。
Tea and something to eat. Thank you. Before I forget, this is for you.
まあ、果物がたくさん。どちらの国に行ってらしたんです？オラティオ？リホ？
Teresa.
いいですね。食後のデザートにしましょう。
Apples. I've told Maya that I've gone abroad as a consequence of Zen's work in an effort not to worry her. Knowing Maya, we probably haven't succeeded, but it's the principle of the thing. You must be busy too. You weren't at home last weekend. A sheaf of papers remains on the table. Apparently she brings her work home with her. Whatever that is.
ええ、紹介の手伝いを少し。灰色の州で出る損失をどうにかしてくれとせがまれているんです。
Is Ashen Week like a cultural equivalent of Black Friday? Ashen Week is a holiday observed in the Northern faith. Once every 2 months, luxury goods like tobacco and candy are forbidden, and as such cannot be bought or sold. Everybody has to live on unflavored gruel. Sleep on piles of rocks. I don't know why Norna wanted this.
こんな習慣、他国にはないそうですけど、宗主国としては教義を守らなくてはいけないんでしょうね。でも、商売人にとっては死活問題。
Being unable to sell your wares once every 2 months certainly sounds like a difficult problem to overcome.
ええ、それで灰色の州を穴埋めできるような大きなお祭りを催したいと考えているんです。
Maya glances at the papers on the table. Apparently these documents are her proposal for the event. Do you mind if I take a look?
ええ、どうぞ。
Is that legal? Don't you have to, like, sign an NDA? Ashen Week Recovery Proposal. Goal: reinvigorate spending in Historica after Ashen Week. Proposed name: Waito Kanibari. Proposed events: Sale. Confirmed. Invite a band for a street performance. Collect white food. Sell white products for especially cheap. Wedding ceremony. Doesn't wedding ceremony imply that you need somebody to get married? More of it that you need to get somebody to get married specifically for the sake of your schmaltzy consumerist carnival. Seems a bit gauche, doesn't it? White carnival, huh?
灰色の後は白だろうってどこかの小会長が言い出して、安直ですけどこの国の人にとっては分かりやすいでしょ。
Yeah, the Storkin people are a bit dumb, you see. The word carnival doesn't have the best associations for me, but this is how the word is meant to be used.
でもそれだけだと取ってつけたようでしょ。白を名に関するならふさわしい内容を考えないと。
Which explains the white food and the sale on white items. So we're gonna go around eating white fish and white sauce and white chocolate. You know, all incredibly popular, uncontroversial foods. Maybe eat some white mushrooms and then puke them back up. What I've heard already sounds fun. Is there anything I can do to help? Please let me know.
そんなこと言って本気にしますよ。
Please do. I'll do anything if it means I can help you and the people of Historica.
あらあらあら。
Don't you ara at me.
それじゃあ例えば真っ白な騎士服を着るというのは、凛々しいお姿で往来を闊歩すればきっと女の子たちは喜びますよ。
I can't say I understand the idea completely, but is that not something you should be asking the Grand Commander to do?
あの人が白い服を着たら腹黒さが目立つだけでは。あ、そうだ、食後のデザートをご準備しますね。
She remains as strict with the Grand Commander as ever. But I suppose Maya's like that with everyone. But the Grand Commander would interfere with the event were he to show up in so conspicuous an outfit. Someone like me is better suited. I am so plain that nothing would happen. White clothes remind me of Zen. His usual outfit suits him, and his longer limbs and toned form would allow him to wear almost anything well. As shown by the fact that he barely wears anything as is. If I recommend Zen, would he wear a nice uniform? I really, really want to see that, but his manner of dress is rarely seen in the very insular Historica, so women tend to avoid him. But if he dresses in a way more familiar to people here... Yeah, remember that? Remember this scene? Remember when this happened? It's like continuity and stuff. He will most certainly attract attention. That's already been proven. Bum. 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 I'll just have them settle for me instead. Huh? I got my eyes! Oh no, please don't tell me. Yeah. I've turned into a slime again. Slime with weirdly over-detailed eyes. It's creepy. This looks like a bad creepypasta. No, 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 no! I slide under the table to hide. This is the worst thing that could have happened. If Maya sees me like this... Help me, I've been turned into a jelly bean!
あのゼンとかいう男が原因でしょう。前々から怪しいと思っていたんです。私の大切なお嬢様をこんな惨めな姿に殺す。
You know, the sad thing is, I don't think that's actually as unrealistic a response as they're making it out to be. No.
お嬢様、どちらにいらっしゃるんです？
This is bad. Anxiety makes my heart race. Apparently slimes have hearts. Who would have thunked it? Calm down. She probably won't look under the table. If I just remain calm, I can find a chance to... A single piece of paper falls right in front of me.
いけない。片付けておかないと。
What are the odds? Why? Maya draws closer. She stops at the side of the table and crouches down. And her fingers brush against my body. Not like
何
that.
かしら。
Oh no. Sen is so dead. Sen! You're so dead!
あら、あなたはお嬢様をお迎えに来られたんですか？
いや、急な用事ができてな、すぐに立たなきゃならなくなった。けど忘れたもんがあるからって言うから、俺が代わりに取りに戻ったんだ。
つい先ほどまでお嬢様とお話ししてたんですよ。
悪いな。あいつは今、クライオスたちのとこに挨拶に行ってる。
それで忘れ物って？
あんたに言えばわかると。
何も思い浮かびませんけど。あ、もしかして砥石かしら？
Sure, let's go with that.
多分それだ。用意を頼む。おい、いるんだろ。
Thank you for conveniently being omniscient today. It was suspiciously convenient.
そっちの姿だったのは不幸中の幸いってやつだな。
Zen puts me in his bag and gets us both out of there without any issue. Okay,
2階に降りるときは薬は必須だな。
what was the point of even including that scene if you're not going to include a CG of Zen carrying Slime Anastasia in his bag? I ask of you. I'm glad you came when you did, but I'm surprised you knew something had happened.
お前が危ないときはわかるんだよ。イシとの契約を上書きしたおかげだろうな。
Now that he mentions it, this has happened before. This isn't the first time he's come to my aid. It happened the night I couldn't accept my status as the Membrum. I put a blade to my throat to trigger my fatal rewind, but I didn't cut deep enough. I didn't die. I let out a silent scream, and as I writhed in pain, Zen appeared.
次は俺を頼れ。いいな。どうした？
I just like hugging you.
なんとなくってなんだ？そこは好きだからでいいだろ。
Zen wraps me in his arms, naturally removing my tie as he does so. Gasp. Lips peck at my neck in endless kisses as his large hands grip my waist. I give in to his ministrations, his much larger body guiding me along. You know, I feel like you're supposed to call them tender ministrations. I can't think of the last time I heard the word ministrations in, like, any context not preceded by the word tender. I smell tobacco. It's slightly sweet, like an apple tree set alight. If I were to describe Zen's smell, this was exactly what it would be. The smell that comes from Zen smells like Zen's smell. My god. I don't smell alcohol. I thought he went drinking with the others, but it seems I was mistaken. Zen, at least let me take a shower. It's not even remotely what she said. That's not... Zen's kisses never give me time to breathe. I feel as though he's trying to devour me. As if he refuses to let me go anywhere else. As if robbing me of a destination. Right when I think he's pulled away, he shifts his focus to my shoulder. His tongue lovingly caresses my skin. My mind soon fades into the sea of pleasure. I used to play Electric Triangle for Sea of Pleasure. But then I'm pulled back by the dull pain of teeth against skin. The pain lingers in the form of tingling waves pulsing under my skin. That you did. That you did. He takes in a deep breath and exhales all the built-up passion. After repeating this a few times, he finally calms down. He has a biting habit. He's bitten me a few times before, but never this strongly. Can't believe he was actually a vampire the whole time. An isekai vampire. What a twist. Yeah, curses are on the whole bad. Well, of course I do. Yes. Zen pulls a small box out of his pocket. It fits snugly in the palm of his hand, so I have to wonder what manner of small item is contained within. I don't know a lot of things, you say.
ヒストリカでは大切な約束をするときは時計を送るんだってな。俺の国じゃ指輪だったが。
In fairness, I feel like a watch would be more useful. He opens the box to reveal a pocket watch.
Anastasia.
It is a very nice watch. I like the sort of white gold design on it. It's very satisfying. Of course, I don't know if it actually tells time all that well. They won't let me open it yet.
俺と結婚してくれ。
This is escalating faster than I expected. Then Anastasia blacked out. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. We are only like halfway through this thing. Ba-bam, 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 bam. I blankly stare at my reflection in the mirror. Despite only having just cut my hair to descend below, it's already grown out once again. If I shift my clothes just slightly, bite marks are clearly visible on my shoulder. They look a painful, swollen red. Zen, you should know more about safe words than anyone else in this game. I am ashamed of you. Zen is likely going to worry about this. I should heal it now. And then she did. Zen? I didn't know you were awake. Zen pulls me into head and buries his head against my shoulder. Well, it was either that or he hits you with a German suplex, so I guess this is the good option. My dude, you need a hobby. He once again bites at my shoulder. After looking at the resulting wound a few times, he falls asleep. I've heard that beasts will aim for the same spot. Biting, looking, and biting again. It is somewhat animalistic, though I have no idea how aware Zen is of these habits. Marriage. The guy who bites you and bites you and bites you. I came here fully prepared to spend the rest of my life with Zen, but I couldn't hide my surprise at his proposal. Marry you? Please feel free to imagine Anastasia, like, recoiling, having her eyes pop all the way out of her head like a Looney Tune. Just jaw punching a hole in the floor.
Yaka.
Of course I do, I'm just surprised. I glance at the pocket watch in his hand. The delicate floral patterns are beautiful. Too beautiful for someone like me. I can't look at it for long. When did you have time to prepare that? It looks so expensive.
1ヶ月くらい前に注文して、今日受け取ってきた。値段は言ったら棚の奥にしまっちまいそうだから言わない。
Which means it's very expensive. I didn't think you were the type to care for traditions like those.
そうか。俺は普通な方だぞ。クライオスとかティレルよりは。
Why did you say their name specifically?
席は式挙げた後に入れるのか、それとも前。
Nobles and royalty have a lot of paperwork to go through after a wedding ceremony. There aren't any special formalities for commoners, though.
そうか。じゃあ先に席を。いや、その前に挨拶行かねえとか。次に町に降りるときに。
You know, somehow I don't think that's really going to matter. Zen? Sorry if I've gotten the wrong impression, but you seem to be in a hurry to do this. What, do you think you're gonna die? Do you have a terminal disease?
寝る前にする話じゃなかった。悪かった。また日を改めるわ。
Zen, did something happen? Are we able to communicate clearly like adults?
ねえよ。先シャワー浴びてこいよ。
So that was a yes. We don't have to get married to remain at each other's side. But he seems determined to get married before his curse is lifted. What could have motivated that decision? Is it one of those things where, like, as soon as the curse gets lifted, all of the years he's not been affected by will come back all at once and he'll instantly age into a skeleton? So that would be pretty spooky. Ooh. The way he sometimes gets lost in thought. The way sadness colors his eyes when we're together. Oh yeah, he's super dead. He is turbo ultra dead. And Knuckles featuring dead Dante from the Devil May Cry series. The frantic, strained way he kisses me. The way he tries to carve himself into my skin with his biting. You'll be set free once your curse is lifted. I'm not wrong for thinking that way, am I, Zen? Junk.
なんだろうこの音。ゼン、何してるの？
Hello, cat.
家のドアに鍵つけたついでに棚作ってる。どっかのアホが土産買ってこいって言う割にうちに全部置いていくから。
だって置く場所がなくて。でもどうしてわざわざ作ってるの？あの子に頼めば一発なのに。
俺ができることをなんであいつにやらせるんだよ。
'Cause it's easier. I'm just saying.
そうやってカンカンするだけでできちゃうの？ポロって外れたりしない？
乱暴に扱わなきゃ平気だ。木材同士の摩擦が生じる分、先端には強いんだ。
へえ、僕もやってみたい。
あ？
はぁ？
やりたいやりたい。お願いやらせて。
Oh no, the cat is obnoxious. How unlike a cat boy.
怪我すんだよ。
Rune is awfully attached to Zen. Rune is still as energetic as he was when we first met during the Fatal Rewind. His lively voice has comforted me more times than I can count. But why is it he seems far more childlike to me now? Is it because he's not constantly helping me solve murders and overthrow corrupt conspiracies? Nah. Is it because Zen is more mature than I am? Is it easy for Rune to fawn on him?
ねえゼン、僕結構上手じゃない？釘打ちの才能があるのかも。
Yeah, whatever, just hammer the nails, nail hammerer.
おい、よそ見すんな。危ねえだろ。
痛い。
And the whole bit plays out with tedious inevitability.
ああ、だから言わんこっちゃねえ。
アナスタシア、直して。
They did not give you a portrait good enough to express what you're feeling right now. Show me where it hurts.
はい。
It's a bit red, but I wouldn't call this an injury.
じゃあよしよしして。
Sure, okay. Hey, Rune's hand, stop being such a pussy. I do as asked and gently rub Rune's hand. It's all it takes for him to break into a satisfied grin.
ずっと前にイシュもさ、ルキウスにこんな風にしてもらってたんだ。その時は何とも思わなかったんだけど、 案外いいものだね。
You're looking for the door to the labyrinth to help lift Zen's curse, right?
まだ見つけられてないんだ。ごめんね。
That's okay. But don't you feel a little lonely? Lifting Zen's curse means we have to return to the world below. Oh, those neurons hadn't touched yet. What am I saying? That would imply that there are neurons in Rune's brain that have touched. If we lift his curse, we have to leave. You'll be left all alone again. Well, I suppose the itch is still here.
寂しい。寂しい。
Rune tilts his head with a groan of contemplation. He's writing as though the word is foreign to him.
その感情はちょっとよくわからないけど、でもまた会えるわけだから、別に平気じゃないかな。君たち、あと何年くらいで死ぬのかな？
Ironically, it will only be about 7 minutes.
っていうか、寿命で死ぬかもわからないし、病死とか事故死とか、あ、また火あぶりにされちゃうかも。人間の世界は危険でいっぱいだからね。
Oh, Rune. You see the lighter side of everything. A fact I know painfully well. I thought Rune would hate the idea of parting after he grew so close to Zen. I was wrong to measure someone that lived in an entirely different dimension on human standards.
寂しい気持ちを抱えてるのは善なんじゃないかな。
Zen? Has he said something?
聞いた。でも多分半分も分かってない。
Oh, that's pretty normal for you.
人間はやっぱり難しいよ。君たちは分かりやすい方だと思ってたけど、やっぱり善も人間だね。昔いたんだよね。善みたいに存在を超越した力を持ってしまった人間が。その子は割と自由にやってたんだけど、最終的には壊れちゃって。やっぱり過ぎた力は毒なんだろうね。だから善も早く人間に戻してあげた方がいいのかなって。
He's right. I mean, I don't know why I would know that, but he's right. We can find happiness together, just the two of us. But... Shh. I'm not the only one that loves Zen. You look at me and tell me that Lucian doesn't have massive bisexual energy, I ask of you. You can't. You simply cannot do it. I absolutely must free him from his curse.
あれ？あれあれあれ？
あれれ？おかしいぞ。
ドアだ！やっと見つけた！善！
That's convenient.
なんだよ、大声上げて。なんだこりゃ。
Drunk. It appeared without warning. Nothing else in the vicinity has changed, and there aren't suddenly more buildings around either. But a lone door is simply... there. The door looks as though it could be of historic make. But as I study the door, an indescribable curiosity and anxiety take over my heart.
クロムの部屋につながるドアだよ！
It's where she kept all her dirty magazines under the bed.
こんなもんさっきまでなかったよな。
多分この子の力だと思う。善の呪いを解きたいって心から願ったからじゃないかな。
I've been wishing for that for a while now.
クロムの力が馴染んできたおかげかも。何にしてもよかった。これでいつでも善の呪いを解けるね。
You make it sound so easy, but there's a labyrinth inside there. You're gonna have to tell David Bowie that he has no power over us.
今の君なら大丈夫だよ。僕もお手伝いするし。
That makes me even less confident. I see. I'll have nothing to worry about if you're guiding me.
お前道を覚えてるのか。
全然。
Then why do you answer with such confidence? What shall we do, Zen? Since we've found the entrance, we can leave now if we so choose. Would you rather we wait until...
なんだっけって。お前はどうしたい？今すぐにでも行きたいか？
I don't have any preferences on the order of things. I plan to both free you from your curse and marry you.
そうか。じゃあ、親に挨拶行かねえとな。
Okay, but do you really? Huh?
結婚の挨拶。実家に行くのは嫌か？
I mean, yes, obviously, you know what we've been through up to this point. I don't think you need to introduce yourself, but I do need to go to the Linzell mansion. I want to rid myself of the Linzell name before getting married. I don't want it getting in the way. You don't have to worry about it all that much. I just need my father to sign the necessary documents to remove me from the family registry. But I remember hearing the Marquis Linzell is bedridden with illness. Which means I have to speak with her instead. You know, that bitch.
え？二人とも結婚するの？
yes, well, you see, about that.
するよ。
Hmm.
うわあ、おめでとう。医師にも教えてあげないと。
Look at the smile on that face. Don't you just want to kick his teeth in? And just like that, he's gone. Never heard from him again. Most beautiful man I've ever seen. We should go as well.
先に戻っててくれ。タバコ吸ってく。
Okay. I'll get her food ready. You should destroy that door.
お前。
You don't need that useless thing in this paradise. You're better off destroying it as soon as possible.
壊せって。本気で言ってんのか？これ、俺があいつの決断を邪魔するような真似するわけねえだろ。何を企んでるのか知らねえが、ちゃちゃ入れる気ならぶっ飛ばすからな。
You're spicingly calm.
迷ったら二度と出られないとかいう話か？そりゃ不安がないことはないが、あいつには女神の力があるし、俺は殺しても死なない。なんとかなるだろう。
That's not what I mean. You know, don't you?
あ、
You've seen it all. If you insist. I'm glad he's not voiced. That was a very fun voice to tell. Zen, welcome. Zen throws his arms around me from behind. I'm in the middle of cooking, almost spilled hot oil all over myself.
何作ったんだ?
Food, probably. That soup with shrimp, okra, and tomatoes.
ガンボスープな。俺の好きなやつ。
Okay, where are you from? And the first thing I ever learned how to make. Zen brushes his cheek against mine. A pleasant shyness makes my hand falter a bit as I stir the pots.
肩怪我してんぞ。犬にでも噛まれたか。
This morning, yes.
しつけがなってねえな。
Zen! Our alarm clock plays its wake-up call. The time on the clock has been set to that of the world below, so it tells us when morning has arrived. Usually.
壊れてねえか。
Might be. Assuming something hasn't happened to my internal clock, it's currently the early afternoon. We just heard the alarm clock's bell a few hours ago. Again?
修理出しに行くか。
Either that or time is broken. Anything's possible at this stage, apparently. We don't have to do that. I should be able to fix it with my powers. Zen plops his hand on my head.
まあいいじゃねえか。デートの口実ができたと思えば。
I trip over my words, which earns an exasperated sigh from Zen.
お前、一体いつになったらなれるんだ。デートどころか一緒に暮らしてるってのに。
You have literally already gotten engaged, Annie. I know you're a type, but come on. I can't help it. You're just more adaptable than I am.
順を追って?
Yes, that's what I said, thank you. Zen suddenly grabs me by the shoulders and pulls me down onto the sofa with him. This! Suddenly you're hugging me and leading me to the sofa. When did you turn off the stove? You are far too skilled.
なことはねえよ。普通だ普通。
Maya once told me that these gestures come from men who are used to playing with women.
遊び人じゃねえし、俺が好きなのはお前だけだ。必死なんだよ、俺も。
You know, I kinda noticed. Huh?
結婚までの流れ決めないとな。
I thought it was just signing a few legal forms.
式は挙げたくない。
I've never thought of it before.
じゃあ宿題な。つかまずはお前の家族に挨拶に行かねえとな。メイドの予定確認しといてくれるか。
Okay. Oh. I hunger. Man.
悪かったよ。飯にしようぜ。
And then they did. Wild. Meanwhile, the snake snaked around like a snake. And this is where we're going to be ending the stream. Oh. It's been a while since I was able to find it within myself to keep to an episode this long. Yeah, suffice it to say, I have been going through it lately. But hey, game good. Game emotionally recovering. Game pretty nifty, even. So, since we actually have a non-zero number of people in chat for once... What am I feeling like doing right now? Well, I don't appreciate what is, God, like, no one is online right now. I mean, literally that is not true, but you know what I dang well meant. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna call it here for the night. Goodbye, everybody. I hope you had a nice experience. Till we meet again next time, please take care of yourselves. Do not want to have to deal with you being added to my workload in the morgue. Good night, and goodbye.